So we are on our second day of math for money, our money chapter, which is chapter 14. I know I made a mistake, but it's 14 now. Yay! We're going to look at how to count money. We're going to look at our book. We talked about yesterday that you start with the biggest denomination and you move from there. So go ahead and open your book, okay, to page 233. Sorry, they have a little confusing there. And let's look at number 1. I'm going to take money, woohoo, and I'm going to put it up on the board. Okay, so there they have 2 $1 bills. If you're looking at number 1 in your book, okay, 2 $1 bills. And they have 2 quarters. Remember, we talked about what a quarter is. A quarter is worth 25 cents. And we have 2 of those. I don't know if the tape is going to stick. We'll see how it works. Okay. And then we have 2 nickels. Oops. Remember, a nickel is worth 5 cents. And then we have 3 pennies. 1, 2, 3. Remember, a penny is worth 1 cent. By the way, you can see the cameras moving around today. I have a cameraman today. So hopefully it'll work better than yesterday. All right, so we are going to count this up and find out how much money it is. And then we're going to write it underneath the money in our book for number 1. The way you count it is you always start with the biggest. So we have $1, $2, $1, $2, $2.25, $2.50, because remember we're counting by 25s, 50, $2.55, because it's in nickels, so now we're counting by 5s, 60, and now we're counting by 1s because we're going to pennies, 61, 62, 63. So we have $2.63, okay? That's how you write it, the dollar sign, the number, the decimal point, and then how many cents. This is not the way to write it. Do not write it like this. Okay? That's wrong. Wrong. No, don't do it. Okay? It is a dollar sign, 2 decimal point, 63, and we read it $2.63. Okay? A lot of 3rd graders do it like this. That's wrong. Do not do that. All right, so let's go to number 2. So we're going to remove our dollar bills. No more dollar bills. Goodbye, George Washington. We'll see you in a little while. Okay. And what we need is 2 quarters, so our quarters stay. We need 2 dimes. Okay. 2 quarters, 2 dimes, 1 nickel, and I think I saw 1 penny. We'll go with that and see if I remembered correctly. Oh, I did not. 2 pennies. Here we go. All right. So this is number 2. So again, we start by counting with our biggest amount. So is it 1 cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, or 25 cents that we would start counting with? Which one is the biggest value? 25 cents. Very good. So we're going to start with our quarters. 25, 50, because remember we count by 25s, 25, 50, 75, 100. Okay, so 25, 50. Now what's our biggest? Dimes, very good. 60, 70. Now what's our biggest? Nickels. So we go from 70. What comes next when you count by 5s? 75, 76, 77. Okay? Now, the way you write 77 cents is you write your dollar sign. Oop. Mommy, just turned on the air conditioner. You write your dollar sign. You don't have any dollars, so you write a 0, decimal point, and how many cents we have? 77. This is the proper way to write it. Remember, I don't want a big decimal like that. Just a little wiggle to give you a decimal, okay? All right, let's look at number 3. How you doing, guys? Okay, so number 3, we need 3 quarters. These quarters, they keep popping up and down, up and down. 3 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 25, 50, 75. Remember, that's how we count quarters. 2 nickels. So we need to add a nickel. Up and down the money goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. 1 dime. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies. So we have 2 up there. We need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, you start with the biggest amount. Remember, the biggest coin does not necessarily mean the biggest amount, because a dime is a whole lot smaller than a penny, but a dime is worth 10 cents. A penny is only worth 1 cent, okay? All right, so our biggest up here again is quarters, so we're going to start with those, right? 25, 50, 75, 85, because now we're counting by tens. Now we're going to count by fives. 90, 95, and now we're going to count by ones. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So when you get to 100 cents, it's the same as $1, okay? So we never write 100 cents. We don't do that. Once we get to 100 cents, we're going to write $1, okay? So this is $1, which was number 3, okay? Let's look at number 4, which we have 4 dimes and 5 nickels. So 4 dimes, and 5 nickels. Here we go, nickel, nickel, nickel. Okay. All right, so again, we start with the biggest amount and we count. So here we are, 10. We're going to start by counting by tens. Yes, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we're all done because we're out of dimes. So we have 40 dimes, okay, 40 cents. Then we're going to start counting by fives. So when you go to 40 and you count by fives, what is the next number that comes? 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So again, we have 65 cents, which is no dollars. So you want to make your dollar sign, 0, and then 65. Okay? All right, very good. So let's look at number 5. We have $1. See, I told you George was coming back. Here he is. $1. There's George. Okay. And then we need 6 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's a lot of quarters, yeah? And 1 dime. We're going to move our dime over here. Okay. And 3 pennies. One, 2, 3. Okay. So here we have our next one. So we're going to go ahead and count it. We have $1. Now what some students love to do is they love to just put, oh, I have $1. And so they put $1. I'm going to show you how that's not a good idea. Okay. So we have $1. We have $1.25, $1.50, $1.75. Oh, we're at 100, which means we have $2, right? $2.25, $2.50, $2.51, $52, $53, and $54. So we actually have $2.54. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake because my dime is a little like crusty looking. I counted him as a penny and he's really a dime. So I thought that looked wrong because I thought it was supposed to be 64 cents. So, I mean 63 cents because he's supposed to match that one. So $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $2, $2.25, $2.50, $2.60, $2.61, $62, $63. Okay, sorry about that, guys. 263. I made a mistake. I know you're shocked. I'm so sorry. You know I don't like it when I make mistakes. So I didn't read my dime correctly. Should have put them out over there a little bit more. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Next one, we need 2 quarters, 2 nickels, and 5 pennies. So 2 quarters, 2 nickels, 5 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're going to count them. 25, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Okay, so this one is 65 cents, which again will look like that. Okay, all right. Our next one, number 7 is where we are. We're going to have a quarter. 1 quarter. And then we have 3 dimes. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm not going to use him because he is a confusing little guy. He looks like a penny, even though he's not the right size. All right, and then 4 nickels. 1, 2, 3, 4 nickels. And 2 pennies. 1, 2. Okay. Again, we start with our biggest amount. Our biggest number is the quarter. The quarter's worth 25 cents. But we only have one, so we have 25. Then we're going to move on to our next biggest coin we have left, which is a dime. Okay, we have a lot of dimes here. So we're going to start counting by tens. Remember, when you start at 25, don't go 30. That's counting by fives. 25, 35, 45, 55, Now we're all out of dimes. We're going to go to nickels. 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77. Remember, this is how we write 77 cents. So please do that on number 7. 7 is 77. There's a lot of 7s there. Okay. All right, and then our last one. Whew. I don't know if we can do that one. That one is so hard. I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you think you can do it? I'm really worried because it's so hard. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. George Washington. There he is. Can you count that? I don't know if I can count that. It's like, it's so hard. I don't know. Are you ready? Here we go. Brace yourself. I hope you ate your Wheaties this morning. Here we go. It's $1. Whoa! I'm so glad we were able to do that. And this is how we write it. $1. That was the hardest one of the whole thing, wasn't it? Okay. Now if you look down the 2 columns, 1 through 6, let me get my glasses for the number, 1 through 4, and 5 through 8, there's ones that match. You're supposed to draw the line to the matching money, because even though they're shown in different ways, they still are the same amount. So go ahead. So you would draw a line from number 1 to where? What else is $2.63? Very good, number 5. So just draw a line between the 2. Connect them, okay, like a little road, okay? What about number 2? What do you see? That's 77 cents. What's on the other side? Very good, number 7. Remember, 7 was 77 cents. Remember? All right, how about the dollar? Number 3, it goes with the hardest one that we did, George Washington, the $1. Okay? Draw a line to connect those 2. And then finally, number 4, which is 65 cents, goes with number 6, very good, which is also 65 cents, my little boo-boo. Okay? All right, so great job. So turn over the page because I want to do this back with you. They don't do it in the front, I don't know why, but I want to do the back with you to show you how to do it. So the first one says that you're supposed to figure out how to make $1 using quarters, dimes, nickels, pennies. Each line that you're going to choose, you're going to make it in a different way. So one of the easiest ways to make $1 is to have 4 quarters. Okay? Because remember, we had our 4 quarters up here. Yes? And when we count by 25s, we count 25, 50, 75, $1. So that's the easiest way to do it. Okay? But they want you to come up with some other ways too. They only give you 3 different ways in the book, okay? So I just have a 4th one up here just for fun, okay? Now, what you don't want to do is do 100 pennies because you put them in your pockets, 100 pennies, and you pull your pockets down. Your pants will go right to the ground. So you don't want to ever do like 100 pennies or 50 pennies because that's a lot of weight to carry around. So we're trying to figure it out without doing like 100 pennies. 3rd graders love to do 100 pennies. And I say, but if you put them in your pockets, down it goes, okay? So let's avoid the 100 penny thing. What else do you think we could do? We could have 2 quarters, which would be 50 cents, and then 5 dimes, which would be 50 cents, and that makes $1, doesn't it? What else could we do? Let's get some nickels involved. They feel so sad out there. So what if we do 1 quarter, which is 25, 3 dimes, okay, so we have 25, 35, 45, 55, okay, and then 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, how about 4 nickels? And then 25 pennies. Okay, there you go. You got your pennies. This is starting to get heavy. Okay, we don't want to do that too much. All right, So there are some options. You can use these or you can come up with your own, but remember, no 100 pennies, okay? All right, so our next one is 85 cents. So right away, I like to do the least amount of change because I was a cashier and they teach you that. Give the least amount of change because you don't want to give customers big handfuls of change and make their pants fall down. So you want them to be able to carry just a little bit, okay? So I would do 3/4 because that would give me 75 and 1 dime. That'd be 85 cents. 25, 30, 25, 50, 75, 85. Okay? You could do 2/4, which would give you 50 cents. Okay? 3 dimes, which would then give you 80 cents, and 1 nickel, which would give you 85. So 25, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85. Is that making sense? This is probably one of the harder things that we do with money. So if you're not getting it yet, you should set up some of your own to just practice. Practice with your mom and dad tonight. Remember, get your bag of money, okay? And practice with your parents. All right, so how about 1/4 and 3 dimes, so that's 25, 35, 45, 55. So let's see, 66. Sorry, I lost track. Sometimes that happens. You go back. 25, 35, 45, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. How about 6 nickels to give us 85 cents? Okay? A lot of ways to do it. So finish the page on your own. Please send it in and practice with your parents tonight. Okay? Have a good night. Bye.